Namaste, beautiful yogis. Welcome to a foundation Hatha yoga class. This class is suitable for beginners. It's also great as an ending and as a stretching routine following some of my interval yoga classes and some of my intermediate vinyasa classes. It's also great to include before any general workout routine. We're gonna work on seated stretches and basic Hatha yoga poses. Make sure to be connected to your core the entire time, to breathe, to practice your Ujjayi breathing, and to engage your bandhas. Let's begin. Come into a seated, comfortable seated position. You can bring a pillow underneath your sitting bones. In a comfortable cross-legged seated position, Sukhasana. Hands over the heart. Close your eyes and begin to deepen your breath, making a conscious connection with your breath, with your root chakra. And let's inhale the hands over the head, clasping the fingers and turning the palms of the hands up. Bring your hands behind your head and round your back. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, rounding elbows forward. Stretching the back of the neck, upper back. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, rounding the back, belly in. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the hands. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rounding. And release the hands on your knees. Shoulders back and down. Round the back, pull the belly in. Inhale, open the chest, arching the back. Exhale, rounding the back. Inhale, open the chest, lengthen the back of your neck. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, open. Exhale, rounding, belly in. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, belly in. Inhale, lengthen, open. And we're gonna do circles around the base of the spine, circular motion, going counterclockwise and clockwise, changing direction. Slowly moving, feel your core, changing direction. Feel your obliques, your belly working here. Great. Coming back to center, hands over the head. Bring your right hand by your hips and go into a side bend, rooting through your sitting bones on both sides. Back to center, over to the opposite side, aligning the elbow back with your shoulder. So the elbow is in the same plane with your shoulder. Turn the palm of your hand down. Inhale, changing sides one more time. Lengthen through your fingertips. Turn the palm of your hand, top hand down towards the floor. Changing sides, shoulders back and down. Lengthen through both sides of your torso. Come back to center. Planting the sitting bones back, walk your hands in front of you and feel this stretching your hips, your back. Keep your back straight. Breathe. Slow, nice exhalations. Here you're gonna stay grounded and walk your hands over to your right and bend forward as far forward as you can without removing your sitting bones off the floor. Let's walk slowly to the left. Chest open. Slowly back to center, bring your hands behind you. Open the chest and lift through your heart up towards the ceiling. Mild back extension here. Feel the heart opening, the chest opening. Slowly coming out of this, left hand on the right knee and twist over. Look over your right shoulder. Lengthening through the crown of your head here. Shoulders back and down. Switching sides, right hand to the left knee. Keep your back wide and your chest open, lengthen through the crown of the head. Keep your chin parallel to the floor. Switching sides, looking over the right shoulder. And over to the left. Shoulders back and down. Slowly back to center. Bring your arms out to the sides and we're gonna twist. Palms of the hands are facing up and facing down. Twist as far as you can without forcing anything, but use the full range of motion in your shoulders and hands. And here we're gonna bring the left elbow underneath the right elbow and reach up with your hands. Great, let's straighten the right arm and bring it over to your left, stretching the triceps and the back of the shoulder here. Coming out of this, and here you might want to see this a few times. We're just gonna twist and warm up the wrists, wrapping the hands around each other. Great. Reaching back up and switching sides. Right elbow underneath the left elbow. You will feel this as you lift your elbows up. You will feel this stretching the back of your shoulders. Straightening the left arm here. Press it in towards your chest. This is great before lifting weights. Great. Now we're gonna clasp the hands in a twist and move them a few times as shown. Keeping the joints healthy. Great. Release. You can shake your legs. And now straighten your legs and just move your toes in each and every direction you can. Spread your toes open, flex them, point them. Really bring a lot of movement in your feet. And let's do circles with the toes clockwise, counterclockwise. Great, let's bend the right knee and begin to draw big circles with the right knee using the full range of motion in your hip. This is great to increase your hip flexibility. Great for healthy hips. Changing to the left side, left knee moving. Drawing big circles at your own speed. If you need to pause the video at any time, feel free to do that. And let's bring the soles of the feet together. Butterfly pose. Grab your big toes with your index, middle finger and thumb, and you're gonna straighten one at a time. Either halfway straightening the leg or all the way if you can. I'm demonstrating the pose with the knee bent. Slowly working your way towards straightening the leg over time as you increase your flexibility and mobility. Just listen to your body. And now holding a little longer on the right and holding on the left. Keep your chest open and soles of the feet together. Straightening the left leg, grab your right foot with both of your hands and straighten your leg either all the way or halfway. I'm demonstrating the beginner version. Now you're going to straighten and bend, straighten and bend. Flex the opposite leg and press it down into the floor. And now hold, straighten the leg as much as you can and hold here, bringing the leg slightly towards you. Great, let's bend the right leg, bring the right knee over the left knee, right foot towards the left hip, and you can bend forward here or stay seated. Listen to your body. You should feel this in your right hip and your left hamstring. Keep the chest open. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Slowly coming out of this, let's grab the left foot with both hands and you're gonna straighten and bend the knee according to your own body's flexibility. So always listen to your own body and hold. Press the right leg down. Keep the chest open. Let's bring the left foot towards the right hip, stacking the knees on top of each other. And here you can stay seated or bend forward depending on the level of flexibility in your own body. Try not to round your back. If you're tempted to round your back, just stay seated here, don't bend forward. It will take a while, but you will become more and more flexible over time. Just keep coming back to this routine. It's great to do this routine after interval training sessions when your body is warmed up. Let's bring the soles of the feet together in butterfly pose and just press the feet together and feel your hips working here, relaxing. Work with your exhalations. Exhale gently and feel as if you're exhaling through the hips, softening the hips as you exhale. I'm choosing not to move my knees rapidly. I'm choosing to hold this. You can bring the right hand on the right hip, left hand behind you, change sides. Left hand on the left leg, right hand behind you on the floor. And here we're just gonna glide the feet in front of us. If you look down, your legs are gonna form a diamond shape and bend forward. Soles of the feet are still together. We're just moving the feet further away from us for a little bit of a different stretch in the hips. Work with your exhalations. Great. Coming out of this, we are going to spread the legs open. Flex your feet, pull the toes back in towards you, keep the back straight. If you're bending forward, make sure you're not rounding the back. You don't have to bend forward. You can have your hands behind you, propelling you, pushing you forward. Keep your belly in. Maintain that connection with your core. It will carry into your daily life. If you learn to breathe and connect with your core, it will become second nature to you. Keep flexing your feet. Try not to overextend your knees here, so don't completely straighten your legs if you have hyperflexibility and mobility in your joints. Coming out of this, demonstrate it here. We're gonna bring the knees side to side. Feet are hip width apart or a little wider. Bringing the knee into the sole of the opposite foot and look over your shoulder. Left knee into the right foot, looking over the left shoulder. Hands behind you on the floor. Changing sides. Looking over the right shoulder. Keep the shoulders back and down, chest open. Gently letting the legs drop towards the floor. Great. Coming out of this, you're gonna bend your left knee and bring the right ankle over the left knee. Walk your left foot towards you. The closer you walk the left foot towards you, the closer your right shin bone will come to your chest and the deeper the opening will be. Take your time. If your hips are still not open, keep your left foot away from you and just breathe into your right hip up until your hip opens. Changing sides. Let's bring the left ankle over the right knee. Walk the right foot towards you. Press the left knee away from you. Flex your left foot. Pull the toes back. Breathe. You should feel this in your hips. And coming out of this, we're going to use the length of the mat. Bend your knees, grab the shin bones and begin to rock back and forth, massaging your spine here. I'm demonstrating the same pose, holding the legs behind the knees. And when you're done, you can lay on your back. Clasp your hands above your head. Point your toes and stretch on the floor, lifting, reaching through your arms. Great. And let's turn around and lay on our bellies. Elbows in front of you, shoulder width apart, open the chest, press the shoulders back and down. Sphinx pose. Keep opening the space between the collarbones and lengthening the back of your neck here. Tuck your tailbone under. Widening the back. Tucking the shoulder blades into the upper back. Pressing all 5 toes on each side down. The top of the toes down into the floor. Breathe. And slowly coming out of this, lower your head down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and come up, cobra pose, elbows into the rib cage. Don't straighten your hands. Tuck the tailbone under, come up, lengthen through the crown of the head, lower down. Inhale, come up, elbows in, and bend. Lengthening the back of the neck, shoulders back and down, belly in. This pose is great for digestion, great for weight loss, especially around the belly. Lowering down, tuck your toes under and press yourself up. Come into child's pose. Sitting back on your heels. Allow your shoulders to drop and relax. Slowly coming back up to all fours, hands shoulder width apart, cat-cow. Rounding the back, looking towards the belly, and arching the back, looking up. Rounding, exhale. Arching, inhale. Coming back to neutral, walk your hands to the very front of your mat, hips over the knees, and begin to lower your chest down towards the floor. This is a back bend. Softening the heart. Slowly come out of this, walk your hands back in towards you, and press your hips up into downward facing dog. Feet are hip width apart. You can keep your knees slightly bent if you need to. Press your hips as high as you can. Bring your knees back down on the floor. And you're gonna keep your feet a little wider than hip width apart. Sit between your heels and walk your hands behind you, open the chest. Keep your knees hip width apart. If you need, you can bring a block underneath your hips here if you don't have flexibility, sufficient flexibility in your knees. Great. Coming out of this, yogic squat. Garland pose, hands in prayer, feet pointing slightly out. You can have your heels off the floor if you have limited flexibility in your ankles. Keep the chest open. Great. Coming out of this, straighten your legs in front of you. Come into a seated pose with your back straight. Reach forward and grab your ankles, feet, shin bones, forward bend. Be mindful. Listen to your own body and the flexibility level you're at. Here we're gonna extend, keep the left leg extended, right ankle on the outside of the left knee, and twist. Grab your knee and look over your right shoulder. Flex your left foot. Change sides. Right leg on the floor, left knee bent. Grab your left knee with your right hand and look behind you. Great. Coming out of this, grab your knees one more time and you can rock back and forth a couple of times, massaging your spine. Great. Finishing off with candle, plow pose or half plow pose as demonstrated. This is another great pose for weight loss, stimulating the thyroid. Elbows on the floor, working the elbows towards each other, supporting the hips, hands on your hips. Slowly lower down. Inhale your hands one more time over your head. Stretch. Bring your hands by your hips, elbows on the floor, top crown of the head on the floor. The weight of your body is on your elbows. Open the chest, fish pose. Slowly coming out of this. Inhale your hands one more time, releasing fish pose. Over the head, hands out to the sides. And we're gonna keep the knees together and bring them over to the right. Twist. Shoulders on the floor. Look away from your knees. Change sides. Coming back to center, hug your knees into your chest, rocking side to side. And release. Prepare yourself for Shavasana, the final relaxation, allowing the legs to be heavy on the floor. Allow your feet to drop out to the sides. Allow your shoulders to drop. Chest open, softening the face muscles. Softening the jaw, relaxing the eyes. Keep your eyes closed. And for the next minute or two, just listen to the sound of your breath in and out, staying present and aware of your breath. Namaste.